What up, y'all? Tina here. Let's do an update on some of Sean Combs' legal woes. So, if y'all remember years ago, Puff Daddy started aggressively promoting Ciroc. A lot of us even believed that he owned the company. Well, come to find out, Ciroc and De Leon are both owned by a larger corporation called Diageo. Did y'all believe that Puff Daddy owned Ciroc? Don't front. Did y'all really believe it? I believed it. This is why you can't always trust things that people be saying, because he put on this persona as if he did own that company. So in all reality, he had 0% ownership into Ciroc or De Leon. Diageo is essentially saying he was a high-paid Ciroc social influencer. He essentially was just like a spokesperson for De Leon. He was a very high-paid marketer.
And so I proposed to Diageo. I told them these astronomical numbers that I felt I could hit. We take a lot of pride in the way that we have marketed and the success we've had, but
So the relationship between Diddy and Diageo began to turn sour here lately. Mr. Sean Puff Daddy Combs has a lawsuit against Diageo of depriving Ciroc and De Leon of resources needed to improve the brand. He felt like the company wanted to pigeonhole the labels into black brands and only market them towards urban customers. Diageo fought back and said Diddy only invested about $1,000 about 15 years ago. They stated he continuously refused to honor his commitments, and they argued that he kept trying to undermine the partnership even though he's made millions, maybe even close to $1 billion off of that brand. Puff Daddy is essentially saying there is some racial discrimination going on here. He's pretty much feeling like the two brands that y'all are using my face and likeness to, you guys are not letting it prosper on the same level as other liquor brands in the same portfolio. Now, this is a quote from InvestFest 2023. This is all from Puff Daddy. So when you are going into corporate America, usually your entry rate is to help them with their diversity problem. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to open up doors. Sometimes you got to take that opportunity and get in. And so that's what I did with Ciroc. But I told him, I don't work for nobody.
Is Diddy so valuable that you get to own a piece of a business without putting any money in to begin with?
Yes.
Why?
I would say because of the currency, the actual credibility that I bring to a situation. If I get involved in something.
So a part of me believes Puff Daddy. I believe that they probably did want to keep Ciroc and De Leon into their little urban folder and probably didn't want to add extra resources or money to it to kind of rebrand it. I feel like Puff Daddy didn't want it to just be the liquor for the hip-hop community or for poor urban people. He wanted it to kind of be like an upscale brand. I want everybody to see Ciroc or to see De Leon and think of it as fine. Think of it as expensive. I don't want to be like the lower level liquor company. I can understand that, and I believe they wanted to kind of keep the brand where it was at. I believe it. Sometimes these companies want diversity until they have to deal with everything that comes along with diversity. So Puff Daddy, being from New York, being a boss in his own right, he probably walked around that corporate office and felt like he was a boss too and he can throw his weight around. But sometimes these companies, they will show you who's really the boss. That's why I laugh when black people think that other black people are a part of the Illuminati or some of these secret societies. They don't want us involved with their fraternal orders. They don't want us smoking cigars and playing golf on their golf courses with them and infringing on their wealth. They'll kind of like throw us a little crumb here and there, but when you start poking your chest out a little bit too big and thinking you're going to go in there and tell them what to do, hey, they'll humble you real quick. So my theory is, I think Sean Puffy Combs is running low on funds. He just settled with Cassie. Some people think he paid her high 8 figures, low 9 figures. He's also fighting other cases. So he may feel like, yo, it's a waste of money to keep trying to fight Diageo, this big brand. So I'm just going to back away. This fight with him against this liquor brand is actually draining money. It's just seeping out the bottom when some of that cash can be used towards some of these other cases that he has against women. He said he's not selling anymore. So I think he's trying to move the funds from here, and we need to worry about these cases over here. So he pretty much just lost this Ciroc DeLeon case. He tucked his tail and he just went home with that big L. And not to mention, those guys probably said in the court, okay, yeah, we're really not about to devote more money to him with all these crazy allegations going on. So yeah, we're going to fight this tooth and nail. And he probably was like, all right, I'm going to back down. So yeah, that case pretty much got settled, thrown out. He didn't get anything. He just took a bunch of L's and lost a lot of money in legal funds, most likely. Also, Puff Daddy will not be attending the Grammys this year amidst all his legal woes. Now, according to The Sun, Keefe D has a recording from 2008 where he was speaking with the police and explaining how Sean Puffy Combs had involvement with the assassination of Tupac Shakur. He said that Puff Daddy wanted to eliminate Suge and Tupac due to fear and competition. This recording may be included in the Keefe D case. So if you don't know what's going on with Keefe D, pretty much he's now been arrested for the murder of Tupac. He was in the car the night that the shooting took place, and he's claiming that his nephew was the trigger man. Unfortunately, his nephew is now deceased, so the police have decided to put the shooting on him. But he's saying they were extremely open to carrying out the shooting because Puff Daddy offered them money to do it. Now, I don't know what this will mean for Puff Daddy because the case is so old. I don't know what type of hard evidence they would have to connect Diddy to this. Keefe D is saying Diddy called them the night of the shooting and said, hey, was that us? So unless they can go back and find that phone call or pull those records, I don't know how they're going to pull Sean Combs into it, but they're wanting to use this as evidence in the trial, so we'll see. Hey, yo, when it rains, it pours, and right now it is storming on Puff Daddy. So what do y'all think about Diddy losing the deal between Ciroc and DeLeon? Leave your comments below. Peace out.